Ah, hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my...
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me, if you reckon my arm can handle a stitch or two.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an ursopod? My, I haven't seen one of those in many years. Oh, and a mantis swarm hive. Hunting must be good wherever you ran off to.
Yeah, you could say that. Since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really. Hive it is. Just refrain from any buzzing jokes.
Oh, the mantis swarm is a wonderful choice. Hold still, dear. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. By the by, where did you find these parts? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law, I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke briefly, and I allowed him to live. On the condition that he redeems himself and uses his research for good.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery. His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his research for this purpose. If there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to invest in that good. And you're my first choice to lead the new program.
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over to me. But... I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, what you are doing is noble, and I wish you the greatest of successes.
Thank you, Doc. Now, you get those grafting tools ready, because I ain't intending to fail. Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear? We got the intel we need, Commander. The Undisputed claims if we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folks' betterment, well then, all this hurt. Been doing some thinking about what happened in the lab. I went there to kill that man for what he did to Ortiz, and instead, didn't realize till I saw the lab what a fool I was. All for thinking that company folk gave a damn about each other. Even so, Auntie's Choice can't be trusted on their own with this research, that's clear. But if someone like me were to guide them, if they could actually help folk like they claimed they would when they liberated Tau Ceti, it'd make life better for anyone. Elsewise, there'll only be more victims in their wake. Ain't just saying that, are you? Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action, that I'd remedy the betrayal both of us faced. If he were here now, he'd understand, I think. Are you with me? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Let's just see what Willard's got to say, all right?
Tramicular, arriving.
Ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ship, let's give this a watch.
A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who would fairly stack the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans? Just like our standard tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's Choice.
us. It's time for Profit Forecast time. Starting with product development. The Forced Loaf and Butter of
Consume in peace, and we won't have a problem.
marketing wizard selling the sizzle. Incremental product improvements, sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter.
You'd make a great lower manager.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 100. You want the role, it's yours. But I'm not budging on the...
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on...
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
Sure. The flight over gave me time aplenty to polish my elevator pitch. Look, we found your lab on Cloister. A friend of mine, who succumbed to his graft, sent me there to put an end to your work. It was, well, it was damn troubling. But after speaking with your doc, I came to see that the program's got much potential. If we shift focus, reform our work, grafts could better the lives for all folk. Rasmussen's now with Doc Tinsley in Fairfield, and they're ready to restart this work if we can get your agreement. No more killing, much more progress. What do you say?
I see someone failed out of the anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as reform? How does it serve me?
Troopers are getting maimed in battle, and many civvies are getting sick from lack of food, clean water. Folk feel helpless. Grafts could treat all that. Some creatures can regrow limbs and safely consume tainted goods. If we give folk those same abilities, they won't have anything to fear. They can heal from all the wars done to them.
Ah, I see now. With grafts, our employees can get back to work faster and for longer hours. You might have led with that. It's brilliant. But there is one small fly in the soup. Who exactly are you to dictate to me what we should be doing? I did not even know your name before you stepped through this door.
When I joined up in Tau Ceti, I was promised that if I proved myself, demonstrated exceptionalism, the moment would come where I could make a pitch for my own future. I helped hunt down the fiend who destroyed our base on Golden Ridge, fought off countless Protectorate besides. So yeah, I'd say the moment I'm owed has arrived.
Fine. Perhaps there is an opportunity here to expand our user base. But we can only pursue such a thing if we secure the funding. I could approach my business partner to this end, but I will require proof that this little reformation of yours is a viable investment. As such, you need to prove that a grafted trooper can achieve what the average one cannot.
You say that as though you have something in mind.
I do. The commander of our fortified position on Praetor has been chomping at the bit for a show of force, to rally the troops in our market share, so to speak. He will have all the minute details, of course, but assisting him and demonstrating your prowess will give us the leverage we need. Is this one having a laugh? Of course it'll be dangerous. Were it not, we would have dragged some poor bottom-runger bastard in to get the job done by now. Law knows there's enough to choose from. This here is a golden cysty pig of an opportunity. One that will reap rewards far beyond the buying price, consistently, every time we are hungry for a victory. Ha! I knew you were a sly one. You'll receive payment, all right, after you return. And I'm certain it'll be no issue. What with our grafted star tearing through the battlefield, leaving blood and terror in her wake.
Grafted soldiers aren't animals. I should think an executive of your stature would have an understanding of such.
Of course I do. But you cut quite the imposing figure. We'd be fools not to play it up so folk acquire full understanding of your advantages. Much like a sprat cowering rightfully in the jaws of a raptidon does.
They only have that understanding if they also have sense. Most sprats don't. They wander happily to their deaths in search of the smallest, richest morsels.
I could tell you possessed a modicum of business sense. Head to Praetor. I'll send a reporter with camera drones to meet you there and debrief with our ground forces.
Hold on. You didn't say anything about this being filmed.
Heroism is nothing without exciting footage and a talking head to sell it to the masses. So do make sure you put on a good show. Off you go, then.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such. Is that so strange? The program I was hired for is highly confidential. I don't see why the vice president wouldn't take such measures. Why, I cannot even speak to him directly. Though I presume he also possesses an aversion to the smell of formaldehyde. He goes pale and ducks into his office the moment he sees me.
Well, that ain't right. Neither his managerial manner nor your working conditions. But once we get this program reworked, you won't have to worry about this anymore.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place. The smell of copper, the texture of viscera. There's nothing like it.
So am I. My gut's roiling something fierce.
Why this art's beauty is lost on so many folk I'll never understand. Anyhow, I've much work to do. Please ensure the door is locked when you leave.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded. You want the...
Let me guess. You're backfilling?
Both, obviously. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning Starlight.
Sure. Look, but Rasmussen...
I see someone failed out of the Anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as reform? How does it... You certainly came to the negotiating table, but there is one small fly in the soup. Who exactly are you to dictate to me what we should be...
When I help...
Fine, but I will...
You say that as though you have...
I do. He will have all the minute details, of course, but assisting him and demonstrating your prowess will... This here is a golden cysty pig of an opportunity. And...
Grafted...
Of course, much like a...
They only have that understanding if they also have sense. Most sprats don't.
Yes, well done keeping up. Do you accept the mission or don't you? I could tell you possessed a modicum of...
Hold on. You didn't...
Heroism...
Too much Spacer's ale? Try and... Pep pills, good for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
Ah, this is clearly a secret Auntie's Choice interrogation room. Look at the skulls on that disembodied statue. And that cruel metal pole. Truly nefarious.
You don't know the half of it. This kind of interrogation is designed to spike your adrenaline. Really gets the blood flowing.
Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
crap!
Appreciate your facilitations. Perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function optimally. Or we could... Ah, it's you! Prime mover of the grand plan.
Cowards! You never have bested me without subterfuge! Unhand me, and I'll show you how a true acolyte fights!
Before it can become everything.
Always crabby.
I'll skin your faces off one by one if you don't let me out of here!
Wow, what a hard bargain. Think I prefer my odds with a locked door between us.
Let me out of here! Hey, you! Let me out of here! Release me now, you traitors!
Architect's balls! That was some fine killing! Would have preferred you'd left one or two of those traitorous miscreants for me to sharpen my blade on, but no matter. Serves me right trying to help those sorely lacking in the gray matter. But they rightly paid for their transgression. Betraying someone sent by the exalted leader of the glorious dawn herself warrants a painful death. Name's Azza. You are? No need for such false modesty. If you hadn't come along, I may have been done for. We are simply a group of enlightened individuals seeking to spread the truth of the rifts, despite our persecution by those who seek to keep the masses aimless and distraught. The rifts only seem destructive because we are looking at them from the point of view of imperfect, mortal bodies. To be deconstructed by a rift is to be reborn in perfection. The rifts are a device of the architect to hasten humankind's perfection. They reduce whatever comes into contact with them to mathematically perfect information. We are nothing but that information, but we cannot see that because we exist in a chaotic and disordered reality. The universe is decaying, and our efforts to manage it are futile. The rifts are a perfectly ordered phase of existence. No chaos, no striving, no suffering. Peace and unity with the architect themselves. None whatsoever. All I know is that they were planning on killing me by filling my room with Zeranium gas. I was here to help them scavenge for old order technology to further investigate the wonder of the rifts. There is one other thing. I have similar business at the N-Ray range. These fools were only part of the contingent that betrayed me. I aim to see them pay the same price, though maybe with more disemboweling. Your violent tendencies could be of great help to me there, as I'm sure mine could be of service to you. If you deign to take me on, of course. I see. Well, that is disappointing. I wanted to look into their eyes as they died. I'm, admittedly at a loss here. It seems to me I remain in your debt. You could still take me on. I'm all geared up with nowhere to direct my violent retribution. Nothing that will live to regret. But it seems like you've already a full contingent with you.
If you think remaining alone with this cultist is wise, I shall return to my quarters. Perhaps I'll use this time to catch up on my reading.
No offense, but I'd like to check out your handiwork at the N-Ray range firsthand as soon as we're able. Just need to confirm you turned all the traitors into corpses.
Liquidate them! Raph's back in business.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Looking a little woozy there.
might sting. A lot. All over it. Step aside. One.
Medkit coming your way.
All over it. This might sting. A lot. Step aside. All over it. Let's weapon prime!
This is Chief Quidley, recording with the intent of registering this most unusual sequence of events and securing their serial wave rights. Recently, we reckoned it'd be a hoot to hack a captured order terminal, use it to heckle them. Instead, we wound up chinwagging. And turns out we have much in common. They're bored, we're bored, and everyone got sick of trench living months ago. Next thing you know, we're getting together for brews in a wave of their knockoff sport, pitchball. And where there's booze and ball, there's betting. And while those order folk are scary data smart, they can't see the angles if they're big as a ship and bright as a hollow ad. They just see stats and percents.
Impressive killing, Commander. Wish I'd been here to partake. I'm not seeing their hierarch Ziegler out here. I'll go take a quick look inside and verify you got him. They're all dead. Their treasonous scum of a hierarch Ziegler isn't with them. I did find one of our communication devices, though. Seems like he took a small group of acolytes with him to study a rift on Paradise Island. Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his ways.
travesty, tragedy, a horror. A horror the Archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal, to the solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough.
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry, 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid.
Graft is ready, and frankly,
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at it. I almost feel bad killing it. Almost.
You